Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. Right, I'm at home and I'm going to make a video about this government. You say, not again. Well, someone's got to, haven't they? And to be honest with you, it just goes from one extreme to another. I mean, to ask you not necessarily ask you, but to tell you the truth, I've lost all hope. I've lost all trust, all faith in this Labour Party, Labour government. Why? But because they just seem like utter, stupid, incompetent fools. I don't know what sort of mindset they're in, where they're getting this information from. But it seems totally alienated against common sense. On one hand, you got people saying this. On the other hand, you got people saying that. So objectively, you think about, right, what are they saying and what are they saying? And you come up with an educated conclusion, this is what's needed. Anyone with a bit of common sense, anyone with a bit of understanding, anyone that's not been dictated to by these special advisors or the civil servants behind the scene. My question is, why are these civil servants advising government to do these policies where it goes against the British people's wishes? Well, it goes against the king and country's wishes, but the king probably doesn't take. How do I put this? I can't speak for the king, but I just feel that the king should be more outspoken because ultimately this government is answerable to the king. So if this government is showing total incompetence or showing a lack of understanding, a lack of common sense and moral judgment to do things for his people, and what we're getting in the exchange, we're getting the pensioners when the fuel allowance is taken away, the taxing the farmers that provide us food. I'm not going to go into it all because it would take forever to tell you, but I'm just saying this, right? It just feels to me that we've got an incompetent government, totally and utterly incompetent for what they're doing. They're so far out of touch, with reality and the lack of understanding what is down on grassroots level, but they're in their ivory towers looking down and they're not seeing what's going on the ground. To be good at your job, you've got to have a 360 view of everything in that sphere, what's happening. You've got to know what's happening outside and inside your sphere. But if you've got incompetent fools inside that sphere, no matter what you do, you're one person against all the rest. But supposing it's not just that one person, but it's a complete bunch of fools in this government. Well, that's what it seems to me like. That they don't know what they're doing, they don't know how to do it, and they're getting advice from these people, they don't know what they're doing in the first place. They might come up with these great ideas, but it just seems to me, Donald Trump, okay, cut through the crap, we know what he's done, can't change that, but at least he's trying to make things better. Okay, you might not agree with all these policies, but he is for the American people. He is to make America great. What have we got? We've got a government that wants to destroy the British culture, wants to destroy the British nation, and destroy everything in there that stands for the UK. We become non-identified. In other words, we are just a state with no leadership, no moral understanding, no ethics, and an absolute useless police force, and a government is completely and utterly incompetent. Where does this take us? God knows, because we have literally got a government that cannot do the job, a police force not fit for purpose, and civil servants that have got their heads stuck up their backsides and they don't know whether farting or pooing at the same time. And as a UK citizen, and that pisses me off when they say to you, when I go for a job, UK right to work. I mean, I've lived here all my life and I've got to prove that I'm a UK citizen and able to work. This has got to be the icing on the cake. I've lived here all my life, and when I tried to get a job, you got to prove UK citizenship. Is it absolutely stark raving bloody mad now? But we've got these idiots and governments that have done this to us. Is it through the common market, EU? I don't know where it's come from. I haven't found out, but I probably would have thought the EU. And how does it make me feel? Disgusted, I think is the best word. But we'll not dwell on that too much. That's just one piece of the puzzle. But what seems to be happening to me is that instead of having that massive ball turning around and round and round, going forward at a steady rate, right? What do we get? We get little bits of boulders in the way. So it goes over the little ones and crushes them. And then we get a bigger one and it sort of can't get over it. And that's what seems to have happened now. We've got this problem in government that they don't know what they're doing. I mean, in the past, look at what cock-ups we've had. And it's not just this government. The Conservative Party was a completely, utter waste of space. Yeah, they might have had some good prime ministers in the past. I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying there might have been. But you look at the Labour Party. Now, you think to yourself, what a shamble of shite. What an absolute incompetent bunch of absolute village idiots. If you got all the village idiots in the UK, right, they will be geniuses compared with what this government are like. They have got no idea, this government, of reality. No idea of how to manage this country, what to do, and to say what they've said, individuals, towards Donald Trump is shameful. And there's just a few other things I'm going to add. What Prime Minister in history would call, we need to get the sausages out instead of the hostages? Yeah? That is way out of order. I mean, when you're a Prime Minister, you need to be thinking 2 steps ahead. You need to be thinking what you're going to say before you say it. My dad used to say to me, think before you speak. Simple, correct, and, excuse my stomach, wording. And what do we get out of this government? This Prime Minister. He's a frigging idiot, to say the least. And then you got these other muppets, right? You got Rachel Reeves, Angela Raynr, David Lammy, and a few others. Oh man, have you got, what can I say? A village idiot has got more intelligence than all of them put together. That's how bad it is. It is absolutely shameful. This government is not only that. You've got to ask yourself, you've got to ask this question. How can we turn this boat around? How can we stop this happening from the UK? Well, first of all, we need to get rid of this government. This government needs to, Keir Starmer needs to resign. Right, excuse my stomach grumbling. We need to get another party in charge, preferably Reform UK, because everything that seems that Reform UK are doing is for the people, about British interests, and at least hopefully we'd have a party that has got to see common sense. But above all else, it's for Britain, for the British people, and working in relationship with America. More than I can say what the UK and this stupid British government we've got in at the moment, which is an absolute disgrace to the king and country. I rest my case. What do you think? Am I right? I hope you do agree with me. Let's try and get this government out, or let's rephrase that. Let's show their total incompetence to everyone and to voice our opinion. Not nastily, but truthfully, how it makes us feel, and let's turn the tide a little bit. Right? Let's turn the tide. I find the British government offensive for their comments, their actions of what they've done to us British people. And I feel offended by what they've done to our pensioners, to our farmers, and of giving the British taxpayer money away to foreign countries for their farmers to help them where they should have been investing in this country, our farmers, and what they've done is absolutely an utter disgrace and shameful, and I find it offensive, insulting, and totally, utterly a disgrace to this country and every citizen in this country as well. And there we go. Like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone.